we're going to discuss, is we kangs and shit? Because this is a common thing that is said on Twitter, right? And am I saying we are? Am I saying we're not? I'm not saying either or. We're going to spit the logic. We're going to spit the ish. Y'all is going to hear this, all right? First of all, I'm going to let Cat Williams speak for us, right? Because we're going to discuss this. We're going to discuss this. Are we kings? Are we kings? I want y'all to lock in on this video right here because we're gonna talk about what Cat Williams says here, and then we're going to progress, right? So we're going to start off with this, all right?
Why are people so afraid of Farrakhan?
See, there's a reason he pauses right here, right? Because that is a deep question, right? There's a reason people are scared of certain forces, right? Certain types of people that have a lot of power, that have a lot of influence, and may even be a certain skin tone, but we're going to follow up.
If you had the ability to control the black people on this planet, there isn't anything that you couldn't take, dismantle, destroy, or interrupt if you could mobilize black people. And so part of the ops agenda, a part of their modus operandi, is to find out which one of you niggas is a potential leader.
Is the smartest, right?
Most intelligent.
The most intelligent, the smartest, the most disciplined, the strongest, right? They're looking for y'all specifically, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to try to separate y'all and use y'all as pawns.
And if you are, then we begin a work of progress on your life, which will make people get off of that.
Exactly.
It's a part of it. As
called
much
buck
as
breaking.
In any defense, you trying to figure out which way this dude is likely to go so I can rip that ball. It's the same.
Yeah. Farrakhan is a polarizing individual. A lot of people really, I do believe, don't really understand him. I think that there are people who gets the message, this is what frightens them, is because they know, as you alluded to, they know what he's capable of doing. You know, uniting black people and guiding and leading black people in the right way.
There's not been a successful one of those yet.
Name me a successful black leader. Please name me one. There are no names that can be found. Why are there no names that can be found for successful black leaders? It's because the majority of the most popular ones that you see in the books are sellouts, right? They have sold out. They are not in your best interest. They have separated you from who you actually are. They have told you that you're something that you actually aren't. When you lose your identity, what do you have to fight for now? Think about what I just said. When you lose your identity, what do you have to fight for now? So if you don't know who you are, what are you going to fight for? If you don't know where you're from, what land is there to fight for?
It's like shooting artillery shells. Like you're getting shot at, right? You got smoke. You don't know where the shots is coming from. So it's like you shooting into...
Yeah, you're shooting into
smoke that you believe that's where the shots are coming from, and that's not where it's actually coming from.
Yeah, you're basically shooting into plain smoke. You don't even know who your real enemy is. You don't even know your real enemy.
You don't even know what the hell they are.
You don't know your enemy. You don't know yourself. You don't know where you're from. You don't know anything about yourself. So what exactly is there to fight for? Notice how he says that. That's why he says, okay, can you name one successful black leader? There are none that can be named. Y'all will say MLK. Y'all will say Malcolm X. Y'all will say Farrakhan. What exactly have they succeeded in doing? Can you tell me? What did MLK succeed in doing at the end of his term? What did Malcolm X succeed in doing before they died? Y'all can say, oh, they planted the seed. The seed of what?
Look at our people. What type of seeds are you talking about?
Like, if you look at our people in the 60s and then you look at our people now, what exactly has changed? Have things gotten better? Is the family structure better? Is the societal structure for our people better? Are the economics for our people better? Are our people smarter? Are our people educated? Name one black school. Name one black college that is owned by us. Don't name these other colleges that aren't owned by us. Don't name anything that's not owned by us. Name the colleges that are owned by us.
So just like if you're a rapper, any rapper can get hit. Yeah, we don't have we can go through 300 years of history and look for all the black people that fit the description you just said. They never make it.
Yeah, which is why I believe that they should stop trying to make it.
They find them.
I really do believe that, it's each one, reach one, teach one, but the leadership is in yourself. Like all of us are capable Well, not all
Each
of us,
one,
but
reach one, teach one.
many
That's
of
just
us.
how I feel a lot.
See, and but like, here's the thing. I slightly do disagree with what he said. Because he's saying, oh, you have to be the leader of yourself. Well, you're seeing that happening right now, but
At
where are
what
people at?
cost?
Exactly. So a lot of these people are the leader of themselves. What about the rest of us? You're leaving the rest of your people behind. So that's actually making it even worse for your people if you think about it. It's worse than if you weren't a leader at all, but you just being a leader of yourself, you have to be a leader of yourself either way. You're a human. So what about your people? You're just gonna leave them behind? Like that I don't agree with, but we're building here. We're building. And I'm
Are
building up to
capable
what
of
I'm
being
about
a
to say.
leader.
I'm building up
Like
to what I'm
instead of
about to say.
sitting around just waiting on one person to be that leader, how about
Well said. Well
yeah.
said. But in real time, being the leader of yourself gets you nothing.
Exactly.
The people demand
What do
to
you
be
build with it?
led, regardless.
People
There's
are
not
always going to be
13
led.
shepherds and all these sheep. Why? Because it's unnecessary. Just one. Just one that has the connection with the sheep, which allows the sheep who has a brain about that small to be able to just focus on eating grass
Yeah.
and not worry about falling off
There's
a
only
cliff.
so many that are capable of being
We
leaders.
have the
That's what I'm saying.
desire as humans to be led. We want to be led into battle. We want to be led into the football game.
Yep.
This is
By a
all
leader.
because this is how we are wired. The cheerleaders and the pomp and circumstance, that goes back to the times of first humanity.
I think a lot of us do need that. We a lot of us do need leadership. But his main point here is that a lot of these leaders no longer exist, and that's because the thing is, these leaders were found and they were killed. And so it is true that yes, throughout history, are there a lot of leaders that were killed trying to uplift the black community? Were there a lot of what you would call kings that were murdered in the name of European imperialism, in the name of resource extraction from Africa, in the name of resource extraction from the Americas? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But my main point is, what does this have to do with you today? And this is the point that a lot of people, that a lot of like what you would call white supremacists or whatever will make. This is the truth of the situation. What about now is my question. But we're gonna build up to that. We're gonna build up to that. I have another video. There's one more video I want to show y'all, which is something that Cat Williams says about Egypt, right? We're going to speak on this because a lot of people on Twitter say, oh, y'all think y'all are the first everything. Well, there are certain things that we were, right? But there are other things that we weren't. You're putting your label on every single thing that you can't put evidence towards that we were, right? Like you're saying.
True evidence. It's like they like use AI.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to say, we were this, we were that. Just calling yourselves everything. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, did we play a huge role in history? Yes. And was it far outside of slavery? Absolutely. But there are certain roles that y'all say y'all played in, which doesn't make any sense at all. You cannot put any proof towards it. No book evidence, no research, nothing. All you're doing is just saying that that's what you were. Put some evidence towards it and prove it then. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all want me to make a full video proving that our people actually were in Egypt first, I can absolutely do that. But just don't play with me. I do good research. And there's going to be people who be, no, it was Arabs. No, it was Europeans.
It was Greece.
Yeah, they don't even know who the first ones were. Understand that. How come they don't even know who the first ones were? How come they don't even know who the first ones were? Oh, it was the Greeks. Oh, it was the Arabs. Oh,
They just keep changing it up.
It was the Europeans.
Just keep switching up the goal. Just keep moving the goalposts, bro. Like, nah.
Exactly.
You probably wonder,
Here we go.
why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
I don't either.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer.
Exactly.
Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity.
I'm gonna replay that for y'all because I need y'all to really think about that.
Black
Black
people
people
have
have
lost
lost
their
their
identity,
identity,
but our
but our
oppressors
oppressors
have
have
not
not lost their
lost
identity.
our identity.
What do y'all think that means, man? What do y'all think that means, man? That's a deep. That's very, 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 very deep.
That's
Yeah. If your enemy does not know himself, then it's much easier to destroy your enemy because your enemy does not know his own weaknesses, right? But you know your enemy and you know his weaknesses.
So it's an easy clap.
So it's an easy clap. If you know for sure somebody can't fight, easy fight, right? Which is cowardly, but it's an easy fight. So if you're but here's the thing. Black people don't know what they're capable of. Black people don't know their abilities. Black people don't know their own weaknesses. But guess who does? People who have dealt with us for millions of years, or not millions, for thousands of years, studied us for thousands of years, is using tactics to this day to dismantle our people away from each other, right? And they've been doing this for the last, I'll say, 100 years or so, or not 100 years, past like 200 to like 300 years, right? This is what they did to conquer Africa. They don't tell you this. They tell you that they just pulled up with guns and then started shooting. That's not what happened. They actually fomented tribes against each other in Africa in order to cause war in Africa, and then after the war was done is when they finally came through.
Everybody was weakened.
Right? When everyone was weakened right after the war, which is the best time to attack, is right after the war. And then you come through and take what you need to get. What did America do after World War II? Europe was in shambles, but America was strong. Super strong. Super strong. Japan was in shambles. America was super strong. The entire world was in shambles, and America was super strong. America took advantage of that. Of course, there was nothing that happened in America during World War II. So that's why they were able to gain such an advantage over everyone else. And that's why it's still it's not really like that no more to this day because it's like 100 years later. But it's why America's had a massive advantage later. But my main point here is, actually, before I get into my main point, we're going to watch the rest of this.
That's just
talks
why
about the
they
pharaohs.
chopped those noses off of the pharaoh and the sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this
They
nose,
always talk about black people's
we can
noses,
tell
right?
you
Why'd they chop off
this
their
is
noses?
whoever it is. But with that nose, it can only
Don't nobody on the planet got a black people nose except for black
Why
people.
would somebody vandalize a whole
Exactly.
face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No,
Yeah, just the nose.
Because it's a brand.
So yeah, I'm letting y'all know this now. Have our people actually played a huge part into certain histories? Yes, absolutely. You can do your own research. There are books on it. There are books that I personally could suggest to you. You can hit me up personally. I will suggest books to you personally. There are people I know in Atlanta who have access to this type of information. It's true that we've had a significant history. It's true that our history has been studied and they have used this against us, right? But what I'm not going to do is let that type of information, I'm not going to let it stop me from still living up to what I used to be, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of people use this history to kind of say, like, kind of like a cope instead of instead of saying, you know, I'm incredible and I'm going to continue to my bloodline of incredibility. Like, they're going to use it as a cope instead. So that's the main issue.
See a lot of them like on the media, and like even we walk by them, just give off that aura where they talk, when they feel as if they're better than everybody else. On the media, they talk about they're better than everybody else, but then they don't even have at least 1K in their account. Like they don't really got much going for themselves, but then they're sitting here trying to act as if they're above everybody and everything else. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that ego we're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of us got too much ego and think we know everything and are living just off of our history is absolutely ridiculous. Like, imagine if any other race of people only lived off their history. Oh, yeah, we're doing shit today, but look, you know, like as if Arabs did that. Like, let's say there was no such thing as Dubai, no such thing as Riyadh, Qatar, Kuwait, any of that, and they were just still in straight up desert, and that's it. Desert and freaking sand homes. They'd be like, oh, I mean, we're in sand homes right now, but look at our ancestors, the Persians. Look at the Ottomans. Okay, so what about you now? What does that have to do with you now? What are you gonna say for that? Oh, but look at us back then. But what about you now?
Well, exactly. What's going on with y'all now, man?
Like personally, when somebody says they've done something amazing in the past, I'm like, okay, cool, but what are you doing now? Like, I'm not saying that's not incredible, but I'm saying, what about now? What do you have to show for it now? After you did all those incredible things, what do you have to show for it now? But you see, the Persians, they have things to show for it now. They're not making excuses. They're like, oh yeah, we used to fight the Greeks, and we used to Alexander the Great, and the Indians, and everybody, the Russians. But the Persians have something to show for after fighting all of them now. Mm-hmm. Now they have to show for it Tehran. Now they have to show Iran, which to this day, Iran is unable to be invaded. Unable. It's impossible. You can't invade Persia. It's like the only place on planet Earth you cannot invade. And they made it even harder. And they make it harder every day.
That's real Kang shit right there, boy.
That's that. Oh yeah, that's real Kang shit.
That's not even Kang. That's chic.
Yeah, that's chic shit. That's chic shit. But the stuff y'all on is not no chic shit. The stuff y'all on is not no Kang shit. It's not rap songs, all this type. I'm a rapper myself, bro. But but what I'm gonna 1000% say is that I'm doing things outside of rap that I find way more important. Do I love music? Yes, but there are things outside of it that I find way more fucking important, and it's not even close. I can love the music and still love everything else. Still build my money, still build my wealth, still build my knowledge, still build my finances, all of that. But a lot of y'all just put out a rap song and call it Kang shit. A lot of y'all pull up to Brazil or Colombia for the one time and say it's Kang shit. How is that Kang shit? Where's the foundation? Where's the kingdom? Please tell me.